At first glance, coral appears still, solid, unchanging. It looks like stone shaped by water, or plants frozen in place beneath the surface of the sea. But coral is none of these things. It is alive, growing slowly in silence, building some of the largest biological structures ever created on Earth. Coral is not a single organism. It is a colony, formed by thousands or even millions of tiny animals known as polyps. Each polyp is a simple creature, related to jellyfish and sea anemones, with a soft body and a ring of tentacles surrounding a central mouth. Alone, a polyp is fragile and small. Together, they become reefs visible from space. The evolutionary story of coral stretches back more than 500 million years. Long before dinosaurs walked on land, coral-like organisms were already shaping the oceans. Through cycles of extinction and rebirth, reefs have risen and fallen, leaving behind limestone mountains and fossilized memories of ancient seas. Modern coral reefs are the descendants of these survivors, refined by time and adaptation. Each coral polyp secretes calcium carbonate, forming a hard skeleton beneath its body. As generations live and die, these skeletons accumulate, layer upon layer, slowly expanding outward and upward. Growth is measured not in years, but in centuries. A reef that appears permanent is, in reality, the product of countless fragile lives stacked carefully across time. Coral lives in partnership with microscopic algae known as zooxanthellae. These algae reside within the tissues of the polyp, performing photosynthesis using sunlight that penetrates shallow waters. In return for shelter and nutrients, the algae provide coral with energy, supplying up to 90% of its metabolic needs. This symbiotic relationship is one of the most efficient energy exchanges in nature. Because of this dependence on light, most coral reefs form in clear, shallow tropical waters. Here, sunlight is abundant, temperatures are stable, and nutrients are scarce. Coral thrives not by abundance, but by efficiency, recycling energy and materials in an environment where waste cannot be afforded. Though coral lacks a brain, its behavior is coordinated. Polyps respond to changes in light, temperature, and water chemistry. They extend their tentacles at night to capture plankton, supplementing the diet with animal protein. During the day, they retract, allowing algae to harvest sunlight. Across a reef, millions of polyps act in synchrony, responding as if guided by a shared rhythm. Reproduction in coral occurs in two primary ways. Some species reproduce asexually, budding new polyps that expand the colony. Others reproduce sexually, releasing eggs and sperm into the water in massive synchronized spawning events. These events, timed by lunar cycles and water temperature, transform the sea into a cloud of drifting life, ensuring genetic diversity and dispersal. Coral reefs support an extraordinary range of life. Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, they provide habitat for more than a quarter of all marine species. Fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and countless microorganisms depend on coral for shelter, food, and breeding grounds. Remove coral, and entire ecosystems collapse. Beyond biology, coral reefs shape the physical world. They act as natural barriers, absorbing wave energy and protecting coastlines from erosion and storms. For millions of people, reefs provide food, income, and cultural identity. Their value is not abstract. It is measured in lives supported and disasters softened. Yet coral is vulnerable. Rising ocean temperatures disrupt the delicate balance between coral and algae. When stressed by heat, coral expels its symbiotic algae, losing both color and energy. This phenomenon, known as bleaching, leaves coral weakened and exposed. Prolonged bleaching often leads to death. Ocean acidification presents another threat. As seawater absorbs carbon dioxide, it becomes more acidic, reducing the availability of carbonate ions needed to build coral skeletons. Growth slows. Structures weaken. The very foundation of reefs begins to dissolve. Human activity compounds these pressures. Pollution clouds water and blocks sunlight. Overfishing disrupts ecological balance. Coastal development damages reefs directly. Though coral has survived natural catastrophes for millions of years, the pace of modern change is unlike anything in its evolutionary history. Still, coral persists. Some species show resilience, adapting to warmer waters and changing conditions. Scientists study these survivors, searching for hope within adaptation rather than control. Conservation efforts focus on protecting reefs, reducing local stressor, and restoring damaged systems. Coral is often described as beautiful, but beauty is not its true significance. Coral is architecture, chemistry, cooperation, and time made visible. It is proof that life can build complexity not through speed or strength, but through patience and persistence. In the quiet growth of coral reefs lies a reminder that the world is shaped not only by what moves quickly, but by what endures. Coral does not chase, does not flee, does not dominate. It builds, and in building, it supports life far beyond itself. To understand coral is to understand the ocean's foundation, and to lose it would be to lose far more than color beneath the waves. It would be to lose one of the oldest living systems on Earth, still working silently, still holding the sea together.